Namaste everybody, welcome to class. My name is Jemma. We've got a Hatha practice for you. This will be a really cruisy, easy, nourishing practice. We're going to do some breath work and then get into some movement stuff. So let's begin. Find your seat, whether that's cross-legged, whether that's on your knees, whatever feels good. Use a cushion or a block. Let's place our hands on our knees or into our lap. Close your eyes and just drop in. Make sure you can feel those shoulders nice and heavy, sinking down from the ears. Let's mentally massage the jaw. You could swallow and release the throat. Dropping your left ear down to your left shoulder. Just open through the right side of the neck. Really sink that left shoulder down. Maybe you can notice the breath coming in through the nose. You might like to exhale out of the mouth. As you inhale, bring the chin to level. And then let's drop the right ear down to the right shoulder. Again, really heavy through that right side. Chin to center on the inhalation. Let's exhale, chin down to the collarbone. Really opening the back of the neck here. Let those shoulders sink, tuck in the chin. Good, inhale, lift the chin to the sky. Let's open through the front of the throat and just squeeze the back of the head, back of the neck. Good, you might like to exhale out of the mouth as you bring the head back to center. Let's keep the eyes closed as we just roll the head around, draw some circles here. Exhaling out of the mouth so that you can hear it. Always breathing in through the nose. But from time to time, breathing out from the mouth. Change the direction of the rotation. Keep going. Really accentuate that exhalation out of the mouth. Helping you to just remove any anxiety or nervous tension from the body. Let's come to center once we're done there, bringing the chin back to level. Bring the palms together. We're going to rub the hands together and generate some heat in the hands. So feel that warmth in the palms. And then from there, just take the heels of the palms up into your eyes, press in. And let's take 3 big breaths here together, in through the nose and out from the mouth. You might like to switch from a sigh to a blow. One more. All the way out to the end. Start to smooth the palms out to the edges of the eyes. We're going to press in to the temples as we slide the heels of the palms around the sides of the skull there, pressing in, squeezing tightly. Now interlace those fingers behind the head, open the elbows. Let's lift chest and chin. You might visualize the inside of the body, just like you've got x-ray vision, and see the ribs starting to spread. Good, bring the chin back to level, and as you inhale, let's reach to the sky, just lengthening through the spine. Don't overdo it. Just enjoy a nice parting of the hands there, spreading and drawing a circle around yourself. You could slowly let the hands come back into your lap. Awesome. From here, let's move just onto all fours. So coming onto your mat. Checking Shifting into your tabletop position. So making sure your wrists are stacked underneath the shoulders. You've got a nice wide open handspan there through the fingers. We're going to move through cat-cows, but really slowly to begin with. So when you're ready, you dip the belly. And let's just pause here for a sec. You might lift your gaze. And now with a strong exhalation out of the mouth again, we're going to roll down, lifting up through the belly. And just pause here as well. So tuck that chin. Cool. When you're ready, big breath in. Drop that belly, lift the gaze, or you might practice with your eyes closed. That's all good as well. Let's pause again. See if you can suspend the breath, holding the inhalation in. And then full exhalation. See if you can hold the breath out. And again, you do you. So you want to move up and down the spine. Now just moving the spine like a wave, vertebrae by vertebrae. You might move breath for breath there. Or some of us might like to have a slower pace, so holding our cats and our cows. So just choosing your pace. You might take a few slower ones to begin with. Again, you might go for that really strong exhalation out of the mouth. Slowing down, making sure you get every last single drop of the breath out. Start connecting with the breath as much as you can. So over dramatizing the breath. The great thing about practicing yoga at home is that we can just feel free to experiment with our breath, making as much sound as we like. After you've taken some cat-cows, you might find your way back to center, and we'll just draw some circles with the whole body. So you're just going to rotate around and get into the corners of your body, into the shoulders, maybe dropping the head, maybe snaking the spine. Opposite direction now. Just warming up. And you might even get a little faster. Now some of us might even get into our Ujjayi breath shortly, but just still these last few rotations, utilizing that strong exhalation out of the mouth. Awesome. Let's come to center here. Let's flip our left hand over. So you're looking to place the back of the hand on the mat there, nice and open through the fingers, and just pulling back on the wrist. At the same time, let's go to the back of the neck and just lengthen out through the crown. Awesome. Flip that one back down over to the right. Spread the fingers and just that little pulling back, opening through the wrist. Again, lengthen the back of the neck. All good. Cool. Tuck your toes. Find your way to a really bent leg dog here. So just start with a big bend in those knees and draw your lower belly towards the thighs. Let's open the back of the neck, maybe even bringing the chin slightly in towards the collarbones. Cool. Open the knees wide to the edges of your mat. Tuck your toes and just sink back into that child's pose, walking the hands forward, or some of us could place the fists one on top of another, just with the forehead. Listen to the breath. Give yourself a moment here. Awesome. From this child's pose, if your hands are stacked, bring them out, spread the fingers up onto the knees. Now, Tucking toes again, Ardha Mukasana. Check in. Now some of us could start to walk those heels down to the floor. You might visualize your downward facing dog here like a triangle, the apex of the triangle being that navel center. Give yourself permission to just keep the knees bent if you're feeling like just opening the spine. From here up onto the tippy toes, as high as you can go, part the knees, tuck toes back down, child's pose. Cool. So we can move breath for breath here. The inhalation up into your dog. The exhalation, heels to the ground, chin to the collarbone. Inhale, big breath in, up onto the tippy toes, knees out wide. Exhale, child's pose. When you're ready, inhale, up onto the tippy toes, downward facing dog. Exhale, heels to the ground. Good, inhale, up into your dog. Exhale, knees out wide, child's pose. Let's keep moving. So setting your pace. A few more rounds. The inhalation to lift, the exhalation. Heels down, knees out wide. A variation some of us might like to try is when you next come up into dog is to pick your right hand off the mat and take it to the outside edge of your left leg. Bring the chin through towards the opposite armpit. Place it back down when you've done child's pose. And then continuing like that with the other side. Moving up and down through, lengthening the spine. Let's come up to find our downward dog. So next time you're in dog, just coming to meet there. Again, take that generous bend in the knees and just wag your tail a little here. So always experimenting with the breath. Try different breathing in different positions. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a forward fold. So a generous bend in the knees. A nice bend in the knees. Have your feet hip width apart there. If you like, really heavy in the head. Let's get heavy in the head and just let gravity do the work here for us in lengthening out the spine. Again, take that bend in the knees. If you want, let's work the breath here a little from this position. So this breath work is good for reducing stress in the body and clearing any brain fog. So belly button's going to come into the spine on the inhalation and out of the mouth with some volition on that exhalation. So that's belly button in as you inhale and out, strong exhalation. See if you can take a few rounds, 4, 5 or 6 like this. You might want to move the belly like it's a bit of a pump for the breath. Finishing with a really long exhalation. Maybe one more, holding the breath in for a little bit longer. And holding it out for a little longer. Let your breath return to normal, but keep your head down, bend the knees more. Take your arms out wide. This time we're going to interlace those fingers behind us like a lever. You want to grip the hands, squeeze the blades, tuck the chin. You could even sit a little deeper. Yeah, good. Let's take the hands to the lower back. Start to run your hands down the back of the legs there. And pull your belly button in when you get there. And let's roll up super duper slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae here. So take your time, maybe keep the chin really tucked, keep those eyes closed, and just visualize the spine unfurling and just coming to stand, letting those shoulders sink down beside you, mentally massaging the jaw, releasing the hips, the buttocks, the knees. From here, let the arms circle up and come to meet the hands above the head. Little bend in the knees, 10, 20%. You're going to fold, taking the thumbs down the middle of the body and just coming down to the floor. Full lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold to the toes. Keep moving like this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Don't overthink it. Just start to make it really fluid for yourself. Just enjoying that sweeping and lifting. Thinking about the body having that nice midline, the madhya, drawing that invisible line down from the crown through the center of the spine and out through the center of the feet. It's feeling nice and even. Fingers are spread wide as you circle to lift. So you're opening up those channels in the arm, promoting that circulation into the heart, lungs, to your brain. Awesome. Next time you're down at the toes, let's meet there. So when you're done, keep that little bend in the knees and just back into your heavy, heavy fold. Super heavy. Maybe a little sway from side to side like an elephant's trunk. You can bend and deepen. From here, let's open our feet mat width apart and sink our butts down to come into our squats here. Elbows could come to the inside of the knees. Prayer position with the hands. Okay, let's lengthen the back of the neck here and just focus on getting those shoulders a little down. Nice long length through the back of the neck. And sinking our weight a little bit more into the heels. You can open the eyes and fix the gaze point or the dristi. So just fixing the gaze because we're going to lift up here onto the tippy toes for a balance. Warming up the ankles. Cool. Bringing the heels slowly down to the floor. Take the hands to your ankles. Drop your head, lift your butt, and just walk those feet back in to center. From there, out to dog. So coming forward. Now for this downward facing dog, get up onto the tippy toes again. And we're just going to windscreen wipe the heels up and over. So really promoting that fluidity in the spine. Cool, let's come out with the knees. This time for child's pose, thread your arms through to your toes. Turn your head, whichever side you preference. You might like to exhale out of the mouth. Awesome. Let's unthread those arms, placing the hands out on the mat in front of you. Fingers are spread wide, up onto the knees. Time for another downward facing dog. This time, knees can stay bent or you're pressing heels to the floor. Cool. Let's lift our left leg to the sky. And just hold this Ekapada, Ardha Mukhasan. So nice in Hatha to take some of the postures that we might Normally finding our vinyasa practice and just hold them a little more stable, a little bit still, a little longer. Check your alignment, always take that time. It can take a few moments to settle in and find that adjustment. Bend the knee, slowly let's move at Tai Chi pace. The left foot in between the hands, now opening the toes, spreading the toes nice and wide, dropping down that back knee, untucking the toes there. Imagine you've got an invisible bowl of water in your hands and you're just going to lift it above your head, pressing the hips forward to the front of your mat. Gaze could go up. Here, let's bring the hands to touch and drop the thumbs back at the head, lifting the chest and the chin, even closing your eyes and just working your balance here. Cool. From here, let's inhale, reach to the sky, draw a big circle around to frame that front foot. We'll pick up the back knee. Right hand can stay on the mat, and you just slide that left arm up to the sky. Big open fingers. Maybe even joining the index finger to the thumb here and taking a few loops around the side of the body. Again, you could just visualize that line through your center. Even imagining a string attached to your crown. You're just being pulled forward like a puppet. Let that hand come to meet the mat. Keep your head down and let's just walk it around into a very wide leg. Forward fold. So just choose your setting here. You might open the feet a bit wider depending how you feel. Head is down, head is heavy. Gravity doing the work here for us. Some of us might like to try that belly breath here again. That belly button coming into the spine on the inhalation. Out of the mouth as you exhale. Awesome. Walk back around to frame that left foot. And from here, we're just going to wind down that right foot and come up into our warrior twos. Check in. You're looking for that 90-degree bend on the front knee. So you can see your big toe on the inside step of that front kneecap, opening the arms nice and wide. Imagine someone's pulling you from the front, they're pulling you from the back so you're evenly distributed. Gaze your drishti out over the middle finger. Good, let's enjoy some nice easy warriors here. Exhaling, flipping that front palm, take it to your warrior four. You might join your index finger to your thumb for the mudra on the top hand. Cartwheeling, let's plant our left elbow on our left thigh, palm faces the sky, and then semicircle with that right hand mudra. So that's the index finger connected to the thumb on both of those hands. If you have trouble connecting with the side of the head there on that right arm, just draw your semicircle backwards and bring it up through the front. Call opening the chest here. Sweet. Let's slide into triangle. Don't overdo it. Just check that you've got that nice open, wide spread of the hands, spread of the fingers. You don't have to worry about touching the floor, just opening and lengthening out from the crown. So again, that invisible string is pulling you forward. Amazing. Bend the front knee back into warrior two. Cool. Cartwheel the hands. You do you. If you want, you could step into your plank. You could take it down knees, chest and chin. You could take a mini cobra. Give yourself a moment in cobra. Enjoy. There's no rush. Hands can come off the mat. Perfect. Slide through child's pose. Lengthen the spine as we slide our butts backwards. Exhale out of the mouth. Cool. Hands and knees up into dog. Walk the hands backwards to the feet again. Bend those knees, a big circle to lift. Good. Take a moment here. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale down that midline. We're coming to fold. So bend the knees, really heavy heads. Let's relax here. You could take your right hand and just slightly touch your left foot and then just inhale to reach the left arm to the sky. Exhale down, dropping the head, left hand, right foot. Inhale, big, big, big lift. Awesome. Cool. Get heavy again. Down the head. Arms could come into the elbow creases here. Let's release those hands and just roll up again, vertebrae by vertebrae, really slow. Enjoy your practice. When you find your standing posture, just open the eyes, fix the gaze. We're going to switch into tree posture here. So you're going to bring your weight onto your right leg. Open up the toes, again like the roots of a tree. And we're going to bend the left leg. You can glue it into the inner thigh if possible, or some of us might prefer a half lotus. Other options, of course, are just by the ankle or just underneath the knee, just not next to the knee. So you choose your setting wherever you like. Hands will come to prayer, fixing that drishti point. Inhale to lift up through the midline. So reaching up through the spine. From there, you might like to part the hands, making a V shape with the arms. Index fingers can come to your thumbs, again making that mudra. Amazing. Bring the hands back to meet. Exhale down to heart center. Release that left foot. Cool. Let's go straight into the left side. Left leg's the standing leg. Spread the toes wide. Choose your setting. Ankle. Thigh. Half lotus. Hands to heart center. Inhale to lift. Open up your branches if you like. Inhale back up to the sky. Exhale, heart center. Release that leg. Circle to the sky. Now this time we're going to bend the knees quite dramatically. Another 40 or 50% bend in the knees. Full exhalation out of the mouth. And just collapse into the floor. So do that again. We'll take 3 or 4 rounds like this. It's a big lift and it's a dramatic collapsing. And a little hang, a little bounce. Clear out any stagnant energy. And you might like to just rest there. Heavy head, bending the knees, tucking the chin. Again, you could go for the interlacing of the fingers, the squeezing of the blades. Ujjayi breath if you want. Hands down the lower back. down the back of the legs. Walk it back out into your dog. Tippy toes there to windscreen. Right the hip. Settling into Ardha Mukasana now. So back into your symmetry with that dog. Cool, right leg to the sky on the inhalation. And let's just hold this. Choose your setting, give yourself time. Bending the knee super slowly. Placing the foot in between the hands. Dropping our back knees, untucking the toes. Inhale, lift that invisible bowl of water. Right foot forward. Gaze to the sky. Hands can meet, thumbs can drop, chin can lift. Inhale, up with the fingers. Circle. Hands to the floor, framing the foot. Pick up the back knee. Left hand is on the mat, right hand slides to the sky. And if you like, take those circles, so the index finger to the thumb. Good. Again, walking around into your wide V shape, your forward fold there. That wide leg forward fold. This time we're going to take a twist. So just take your right hand towards your left foot, or you can keep your right hand directly underneath you as you sweep and lift the left. Maybe tucking in around the hip. Again, that invisible string lifting you out, extending you out from the crown. Cool, let's come back down to center and to the other side. Big lift, twisty twist. Yes, down to the floor. Cool. Let's bring our hands to our hips now. And just inhale to come up to stand. Great. Let's make our warrior with the right knee bent, left foot in line with the back of the mat. So your Virabhadrasana dog. Cool, Virabhadrasana cha. Inhale. Good. Mudra, gaze. If you can, close the eyes. Maybe you can slide your back hand down the back of the leg more. Exhale for extended side angle. So choose your setting. Elbow to the thigh, palm to the sky. Draw your semicircle to the front or around the back. Great, Trikonasana, so triangle. When you're ready, legs are long. Shift the hips slightly forward. Open up the arms, open up the fingers. Forget about the floor, think about extension from the crown. Amazing. Coming back up on the inhalation, bend that knee. Reach out. Cool, let's take it to the mat. So you're going to swivel, take it into your leg. And again, you can take your knees, chest and chin, or your full Chaturanga Dandasana. This time, let's take a higher setting on Cobra if we like. Remember to have the chin level, shoulders down. Release the buttocks here. Press your heart a little bit more forward. Awesome. Thread through with the arms if you like for your child's pose here. Out of the mouth. Breathe nice and big into the back of the lungs. You're doing so well. coming towards the last section of our practice. Let's bring our legs out long. So when you're ready, take yourself out of child's pose and just come to imagine you're chilling on the beach. Let your toes have a little bit of a wiggle from side to side. Feel that rocking motion just releasing the muscles through the back of the legs. Cool. From there, find your way to Dandasana. So do a nice right angle pose. When you're ready, pick up your invisible bowl of water over your head. So again, just holding that bowl for a second. And now you're going to place your invisible bowl of water out on an invisible shelf in front of you. But let's not overdo it. Once you've reached out as much as you can, I just want you to drop your head and just really slump and let gravity do the work here for you. So just letting the head be heavy, the shoulders be heavy, the chin is tucked. Again, you can pull the belly button into the spine on the inhalation, out of the mouth on the exhalation. So just manipulating the breath here. And as we manipulate the breath, we're regulating the subtle currents in the body. And that will just have the effect of calming and balancing the subconscious mind. When you're ready, you'll just get that invisible bowl of water in your mind and reach for it off that shelf. Slowly picking it up, back over and above you. And this time, draw your circle out wide and plant your hands behind you. Fingers point to the toes and we'll lift up into a reverse plank here, dropping the head, opening the throat, and just enjoying that. From there, when you're ready, coming back down to the floor, butt to the ground, invisible bowl above your head, exhale, and just reaching out long and coming to slump over, letting yourself go. No tension in the jaw, no tension in the forehead, pulling the belly button in somewhat, letting go out of the mouth on that exhalation. Good. One more lift of the bowl of water above the head, and then finding the hands to plant behind you, reverse plank, drop the crown if you're happy in your neck, otherwise keep the chin tucked. Awesome. Bring your butt back down to the floor. Let's come on to our backs. And just give yourself a hug there, squeezing the knees into your chest. What about a rock? From side to side, just to massage the body. Take your hands to your kneecaps. Draw some circles around the lower back. Again, massaging into the floor. You could change the direction of that rotation. Just using the weight of the body to kind of sink into the mat. You take your hands underneath your butt, sitting on the back of the hands here. Go for a little mini bike ride. And reversing. Cool. Let's go up to the sky with our legs. We can just draw some big loops there, just like you're doing breaststroke in a swimming pool. Again, reversing. And coming back to your hug. So taking the hands, squeezing into the chest. Inhale, nose to the knees. Just bring it in one more time, opening the back of the neck. Yes, good. Feet to the floor. If you want to bridge, lift up those hips, interlace the fingers, squeeze the blades. Cool. Unwrap those shoulders. Come down again, vertebrae by vertebrae, just like manually lengthening out your spine there. We'll finish with my favorite twist. Open up the arms wide like a scarecrow. Let's get the right leg, cross it over the left. See if you can double wrap so you're hooking the foot around. Mudras, index fingers to thumbs. Drop your knees to the left on that exhalation. Turn the head to the right with your fingertips, your index fingers. Slide them down to the base of the thumbs, making a slightly smaller circle there. Inhale up to center. Unwrap the legs. Let's go to the other side. So left over right, double wrap, squeeze, exhale. Almost done here. Awesome. Come back to center. Unwrap those legs. Take whatever adjustments you need for Shavasana, whether that's grabbing something warm, whether that's putting on your socks, whether that's turning off the light. And just finding that really open, long body on the floor. Bring your hands to your sides. Have your palms facing upwards and your fingers gently curled. Let your toes fall out to the sides of your mat. And again, you might just want to visualize that line down through the center of the body, from the top of the head, down through the center of the spine, down and out through the center of the legs. Just feel yourself evenly distributed either side of that invisible line. And when you feel yourself symmetrical, just start to mentally massage the body, feeling the body to be very, very, very heavy. Very relaxed. Visualizing the whole body just dissolving into the floor. Dividing your awareness evenly and simultaneously through every cell in the body. Thank you so much for letting me teach you yoga. Enjoy the rest of your Shavasana. Namaste.